Welcome to Coffee Habit number 2. This video is going to be a touchy subject, and it needs to be made. And this is for young black men of color. Alright? So if you're not black, sit your ass down and listen anyway, because you might learn something. If you are black, you definitely need to sit your ass down in a chair and pay the fuck attention, because this affects you. On some level or another, it will affect you. I am 47 years old and I have survived. I've never been to jail. I've been handcuffed twice. I've never gotten in any legal trouble outside of a harassment charge for my ex-girlfriend, because I was trying to win her back, and all she had to honestly do was be honest with me from the jump, and none of these problems would ever happen. Because if you tell somebody the truth, 9 times out of 10, they're going to hear you, and they're going to listen to you, and they're going to go away. 9 times out of 10. Unless you get somebody who's just a complete strange psycho, and then you may have a problem. I was not a psycho. I was just a man in love who didn't understand that she didn't want to be with me. But she never told me why she didn't want to be with me. Until this day, she still hasn't told me, and I'm not going to worry about it, because I've moved on to bigger and better things. And I'm trying to move on to a very big and better thing, and I'm praying to God that it works out for me so that she will give me a chance. Anyway, moving on. Again, this is very important to young black men of color. Young men of color in general, you can sit down. Men who are not of color, you can sit down. Because this is what you need to know. Alright? I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm going to piss you off. I'm going to hurt your feelings. And I'm going to tell you the fucking truth. The whole 1000% of the truth. And you're either going to like it or you're not. And you're going to accept it or you're not. And if you don't accept it, then you need to accept one true thing about all of this. You have consequences for your actions. Whether they're good actions or bad actions, you still have consequences for them. And nothing on earth can change that. You could be a good person and do nothing but good and still have bad consequences come before you. That's how I'm here. I've never done anything exceptionally bad. I've never broken any laws that could have left me in jail. I've never done drugs. I drank a little bit, but I drink responsibly. I don't drink and get behind the wheel of a car. I don't drink and start bar fights. I get my buzz and I go home. I have a 3 to 4 drink minimum, and that's it. After I get my 3 drinks and I'm feeling right, I walk the hell on out the bar. I don't stay there and wait to see what drama's going to unfold, and I don't fuck with other people's girlfriend. I came there alone, I'm leaving alone. You know, it's the first thing I ask a girl before shit gets started. You know, if you here with a boyfriend, I ain't got time to talk to you, because I'm not trying to have to go to jail for defending myself, because I do know martial arts. I legitimately will fuck a motherfucker up as long as I can see them coming. You know? Now, this is the part where I piss you guys off. So as you all know, in Virginia, it won't be too long. They're pushing for weed to become more than just medicinal for medical purposes. They're pushing for it to become legal purposes. That does not make it any less right or wrong for you to use it if that's what you do. I personally do not do drugs. I will not enforce you to not do them, but I will not encourage you to do them either. Because I'm a strong believer in, if you're willing to do the crime, then you need to be willing to do the time. And you need to be willing to handle the consequences of your actions. As of right now, drugs is still illegal. You know, it's just straight fucking illegal. It's illegal to buy them. It's not illegal to smoke them, of what I've been told. However, possession is possession. And they're working on making possession minor, misdemeanor, or whatever. It might already be a misdemeanor. I don't know. I don't keep up with politics. I don't give a fuck. But here's the thing. Here's 1,000. Right here, right now. You know who your friends are. If you know that your friends don't do nothing but go around causing trouble and are bad boys, and you choose to follow the crowd, you will probably be the one that gets the rap while they're going out to do more shit and cause more trouble while your ass is sitting in jail. That's on you. Because when you know that everything closes at 2 o'clock and your friends come by at 2:30 talking about something, let's go to the fucking store. Most stores, except for 7-Elevens and Lucky Sevens in Virginia, or Charlottesville rather, are fucking closed. Now those 24-hour markets are great, but there's also cameras in there. And if you know your friends like to cause a lot of trouble, and you want to go out and be in trouble with them because there's a badge of honor for some dumbass black people who think that going to jail is cool when it's not, then that's on you. And you can't get mad when the cops pull you over and you have a warrant, because you personally know that you were out doing shit that you weren't supposed to be doing, and now you want to be a little crybaby about it because you fucked up. Alright? I'm sorry. You fucked up. Because instead of doing what was right, you want to do what everybody else does. Fuck you, I do what I want. This is the attitude that lots of young black people have. Fuck you, I do what I want. Well, I know a lot of people who've been to jail. And the first thing they say that was the worst mistake they've ever made in their life was doing something stupid and going to jail for it. Because now, they're getting their rights to vote back. But when voting was important to them, they couldn't vote. Trying to get jobs, can't get jobs because no one wants to hire a felon. No one wants to hire a person who's been in jail. Some people will give you a second chance, but the bulk of these motherfuckers will only give you a second chance because either your parole officer pretty much begged them or lied to them and said that you did suck the person's dick if they give you a job or whatever. They got you in there somehow or another. And now it's up to you to be honorable and do the job that you have gotten. The problem is, though, as you go on through life, this shit will always come back to bite you in the ass. Right? I'm an actor. I'm an actor who you have no idea who I am because I haven't been in anything. And I got that. He's like, yeah, you're an actor, you're a has-been, you're 47 and you've not worked in 20 years. Which is all fucking true. I am 47. I've been trying to act since I was 20. And every chance I've had has pretty much given me the finger. That's not my fault. That's just the way it is. However, if you're doing things to put yourself in jail or in trouble, you're giving yourself the finger. And you can't blame anybody else. If you know you are on papers, slow down. If you know your friends don't do nothing but go get in trouble, don't go with them. It's not that hard to make a fucking decision. It's never been that hard for me to tell my friends, no, I'm not going. Also, because most of my friends played sports, while they were playing sports and getting all the girls, my dumb ass was washing dishes and dealing with racism. I understand how that works. Because for 3 years with my friends, my two best friends, A-Dog and B-Dog, they were out playing ball and getting all the girls. And my ass was sitting at Kegler's, scrubbing dishes. Got jumped on my job, victim of racism, motherfucker would stop calling me chief, all kinds of things. But I kept going. You know, I kept fighting the good fight. And not one day at a time has drugs touched these lips. And as I got older, drugs never touched these lips aside of alcohol. The problem with that is, I get my 3-drink minimum, I go the fuck home. Sometimes it's a 4-drink minimum. Just depends on how stressful I am and how much money I have in my wallet. So anyway, shout out to the Biltmore. Anyway, so, you know, if you're going out and your friends are doing dumb shit, and you're going out and you're doing dumb shit, you can't be mad when you're the one that gets caught and get the blame, because 9 times out of 10, your friends are your friends until fucking the cops come. Sorry. That's how it works. My friends never got me in trouble because I never went with them anywhere. Because on party nights, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my ass was working. If I wasn't working, I was doing homework. But most of the time, I was fucking working. And sometimes I was working and doing my homework at the same fucking time. Because shit happens. But you have to be responsible for you. You have to be responsible for every choice that you make. If you are 15 and you are watching this video, I'm glad you somehow got in here because this video wasn't for children just due to the swearing. But it starts early. The earlier you start, the further you'll go. Because the more you know, the more you grow. And if you let other people take you away from the life that you plan out, that's on you. I've never broken the law. Outside of a few speeding tickets. Straight up and down. I'll be honest. I've probably had maybe 30 speeding tickets before I was 30 years old. I've paid every ticket but one. And that was the one where the judge got the guy for being a racist who was like pulling over people of color. It's all he was pulling over. He doubled his quota because he was pulling over people of color, left and right. He also thought I was a chick because my hair was way longer than this shit. Anyway, moving on. You cannot do bad shit and get on papers and think that running from the police is a good idea. 9 times out of 10, if there's a warrant for your arrest, it comes in the mail. And if it doesn't come in the mail, it comes personally by delivery of cops. I had my warrant personally delivered to me when I got arrested for harassment of my ex-fiancée because I sent her 2 love letters, it was 2 love songs and 2 text messages, which technically could be considered love letters. When I was in court with the judge looked at me and looked for her, and she wasn't there, so he dropped the charges pretty much. But the case never really got dropped because what he told me was that if I made contact with her, I would go to jail. Even if I didn't do anything, I was not allowed to talk to her. I wasn't allowed to text her. I wasn't allowed to call her. I wasn't allowed to reach out to her family or anything else. And so I didn't. Never did. And I moved on. I moved on that day because that was the day that I woke the fuck up and said, okay, I wasted a lot of time trying to win this girl back, and all she had to do from the jump was just tell me, James, I never wanted to be in a full-time relationship with you. I should not have led you on. That would have been so much easier because when I first met her, I was going to Canada to commit suicide. I came home because of her. And then I told her, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm looking to get married. I'm doing all this shit. I was 36 years old. And I had my whole life ahead of me. I was making this movie. Everything was going straight. And then my movie and shit got stolen. And then from there, it just kept going from bad to worse. And I joined the Army at 37. And then I lost my fucking hip at 47 now, 45, 43, 46, 44, 45. Shit, I'm going backwards. 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41. So at 41 years old, I had to have a hip replacement. And for 3 years after that, I couldn't do martial arts, so I took up archery. Now let me tell y'all something. In all that time, not one time, have I thought about breaking the law and going to do something stupid. Joining the Army was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I found one thing, if I didn't have anything else, I found one group of people that gave a fuck about me when nobody else would. Not my family, nobody. But I found the family right here in the Army. You want to make a statement? You want to be a badass? Join the Army. It's not for everybody. We're all cut from different cloths, and if you're a smart person, you want to get an alpha job. If you're a dummy like me, you get infantry. So brush up on your math. I know that's irrelevant and off topic, but it's not really off topic because here's the thing. As a National Guardsman, I can tell you right now, you got a better shot as a life in the Army, providing that you don't get infantry. You don't have to kill anybody or any of that dumb shit. You have a better shot at life when you forge your own path. When you follow the in crowd, 9 times out of 10, everybody in the in crowd gets away but you. And you'll be that asshole that fucks up your life and sits in jail because my lips are sealed. I'm not going to snitch on anybody because snitches get stitches and all that shit. Well, here's the thing. I'll snitch on a motherfucker in a New York minute. You know why? Because 1, I know Kung Fu. And 2, you can't touch me if I don't sit there and let it happen. But for you young black people, listen to me as I come to an end of this video, because this is the most important fucking part that will affect you for the rest of your life. No matter what your friends tell you, and especially your black friends, and if you're female, this is definitely for you. You gotta forge your own path. Just because somebody else is doing it doesn't mean you should do it. Doesn't mean you have to do it. And especially if you're a female and you're listening to these girls in your ears telling you that if you get pregnant at 15, 16, 14, 12, that boy that gets you pregnant is going to be there forever and be a good father. Beat that bitch's ass and shove a shoe up in there so that she doesn't get pregnant and fucks up her life and fucks up your life, because being pregnant at 14 and 15 is not a fun thing. Having to help your siblings raise their children and you don't get to have any is not a fun thing. That's my story. I can't get in trouble because I'm raising other people's kids. I can't go out and do anything. Oh, I'm raising other people's kids. I can't do what I want to do because I'm raising other people's kids. Do not follow bad advice. You may think I'm giving you bad advice, but I'm going to tell you right now. Everyone that I ever know in my entire childhood to my adulthood who has gone to jail have told me that they wish they were like me. A loner who couldn't fit in, who couldn't make a friend to save his goddamn life because they made friends and wound up going to jail in the juvie. And that shit has stuck with them. It is hard for them to get decent jobs. If you don't start your own business after jail, you're screwed. And if you go to jail for a sex offense, then you are in deeper shit. Do not fuck your life up trying to be a badass. Do not fuck your life up thinking that I'm going to go to jail and I'm going to have a badge of honor. When I come out of jail, everybody's going to respect me. Respect's a powerful word. Try respecting yourself first. Respect yourself so that you don't get in trouble. Respect yourself so that you don't follow people to hell. Because if you're not joining the Army, there's no need to follow people to hell. But at least in the Army, if you're following people to hell, it's your orders. No, it's not really your choice. But while you're not in the Army, while you're free to run the streets the way you want, think about your freedom and think about how fast that shit can be taken from you because you want it to be respected. You want to be respectful? Do something that's going to make the world a better place. Respect everyone. Respect yourself. And make sure that you make decisions that won't fuck your life up. That's all I got. There is no honor in going to jail. If you are young and you are of color, if you are young and you are not of color, there ain't no honor in going to jail, man. Because going to jail comes back to bite you in the ass. Over and over again. Have I been arrested? Yes. But not like you think. Arrests don't work like it do on TV. Understand that. I found out when I was in the Army, and then I'm going to end this video with this story. I found out that when I was in the Army, that if you have a speeding ticket, according to Army regulations, you've been arrested. So yeah, I've been arrested about 40-something times because of my driving. I have a lead foot. I drive a stick shift. Sometimes you get a little carried away. You get on 64. You just, okay. So yeah, I have been arrested. I've just never been to jail. I've been handcuffed twice due to incidences that were not my fault. Like my cousin's cousins, my cousin left me to deal with his cousins while he went to go find his other cousin, and they got to fighting over a cigarette. And I wound up in handcuffs. Now, the other time, one of my cousins got me in trouble for driving a stolen car, and I got my eye jacked. I got in handcuffs for them, too. So when you see me doing the bound fighting and shit, now you know why I was doing bound fighting, because there was going to be a day that I was going to be handcuffed and had to fight. I needed to make sure that I could. And that day came and I didn't have to fight, but I know that I could. I even threatened the guy who was talking shit to me while his brother was healing his hand from breaking on my face. And I told him, you don't know me, man. You think these handcuffs make me less dangerous to you? He said, you have no fucking idea who the fuck I am. I said, if I get a hold of you and I get these handcuffs around your neck, they're metal. Your skin is not. I'm going to rip through your skin like knife through warm butter. And I sat there and the cop told me to start threatening them, and I told the cop, I said, well, fuck it. I'm going to jail for something that I didn't do. I might as well go ahead and give y'all a reason to put me there. I'm going to kill all three of these motherfuckers, and that's that. Now, end of the story, by the grace of God, a K-9 cop who knew me, and I thank you, sir, very much, got me out of the handcuffs. He said, unleash this kid, man. This dude does his homework. He's a college student. He doesn't cause any problems. He helped us defuse a neighborhood brawl when they were busting up some shit when our neighbors that aren't our current neighbors had drugs, rats, and drug dealers and stuff living next door. So yeah, there is no honor in going to jail. If you are black, please take that part of this as serious as possible. There's no honor in going to jail. You want to be respected? Respect yourself. And respect your fucking ass to stay the fuck out of jail. Stay away from people that's more than likely going to lock you up. The neighborhood drug dealers, they're not here to help you. I know it's a pain in the ass to play cat and mouse with these motherfuckers, but once you can get out of that neighborhood, you're going to be fine. Just don't move into a worse neighborhood. Avoid getting in trouble. This is why we need more youth centers. This is why we need more places for young kids of color to go. For young kids in general. I don't want to just zone it out to kids of color, but that's all I know. I don't know how young Chinese kids come up. I don't know how young white kids come up. Unless they lived in the projects with me. I know how those white kids come up. They came up the same way as me. But yes, white people do live in the projects. Don't think that they don't. But the thing is, you have the right to choose. And you have the right to say no. So you can say no to a good future, or you can say yes to a good future. There is no honor in going to jail. So don't do anything stupid to fuck up your life. This is Kung Fu number 2. Be seeing you. Because the cursor would not be here, right?